So welcome back, friends. Today is a big day. We're gonna do probably, or I'm gonna upload one of the most requested videos of all time. And that is for all of you guys that have asked, hey, we'd like to see a comparison between a really high-end, nice, powerful electric chainsaw versus a gas chainsaw of similar size. And I'm really curious to find out who's gonna come out on top myself. To my recollection, I don't know that I've ever used an electric chainsaw. This is loaned to me generously by my dad. He brought it out here and said, hey, we should see that new Husky you have, if that can compete with the electric saw. So let's come in here close. I'll show you the two contenders. We've got a nice log mounted up on the forks of the tractor, and we're gonna do a speed cut. We're gonna find out who is the better cutter. On the electric side, we have the very cool, this is the first time I've laid hands on one of these, the Makita XCU03, gently used, my dad saw here. With what's the cool thing about it is, check this out, 2 batteries, very compact. It's cool, man. This is I know my dad's a big Makita guy. He's was of course a general contractor. He's retired now, but a big tool guy, and really likes the Makita stuff. And this is really interesting. It's a longer, quite a bit longer than the Husky, but very similar in every way. It's more of a traditional style. It's got the back handle. We've got a power level indicator there, so both batteries are fully charged. We've got a sharp chain on there, traditional chain brake, but overall pretty cool. We've got bar oil, just like on all the other saws, with the exception of the gas. This is kind of cool here. This is the chain tensioning system, so toolless chain tensioning. Right there's the little wheel there, but very cool, very interesting little saw. Lightweight and I guess very quiet. So if you need to cut in the forest or around campgrounds, you don't want to disturb people, man, this would be a pretty good option. I know a lot of guys, even professional guys, that are swearing by these electric saws for just around the house stuff and as a truck saw. So let's take a look at the Husky gas saw contender. This is my latest saw. This is a top handle arborist saw. You can see the handle is on the top instead of on the back. This is a very popular saw for climbers, tree climbers, arborists. If you look at the shape of it, it's kind of shaped like a little pod. As you're lowering it and raising it through the trees and the branches, it's less likely to catch. It's got all your traditional features, a lot of nice stuff. It's got a loop on the back there, so you can attach it to a rope. 2 different angles, 190 degrees, so if you want it to hang either way. But a nice little saw. I've not used it yet. I've fired it up and just kind of messed around with it, but it's fueled up, ready to go. Both saws have the same, I believe it's a 14-inch bar with the small chains on them. So we have, it's really a good comparison, because that's a very, well, they're exactly the same bars, same chain. So let me show you the log, and then we'll do a time trial, and we'll find out who does the best. So here's how it's going to work. So what I'm going to do is we'll set the clock, and we're going to make 6 cuts. We'll do a down, up, down, up, down, up. So that'll be 6 cuts from the top side of the bar, on the back side of the bar, and we'll see which one is going to be faster. We've got a piece of lodgepole pine here that is probably about 6 inches in diameter. Now this is definitely on the big side and more wood than these little saws are probably intended to cut, but it's equal, so we'll see. I have no idea what to expect. I've never ran one of these little saws or the electric, so I'm really keen to find out which one's going to be the faster cutter. So let's start with the Makita, the electric. I guess I don't need hearing protection. I'm assuming that's a nice bonus. So you turn it on. How do you make it work? Oh, there we go. And actually, it is a little bit noisy. I'm going to put hearing protection in. Why not? I don't like loud tools. All right, 6 cuts. On your mark. 3, 2, 1, go. Whoops. Go. All right, there we go. Okay, that was that's pretty cool. That's a ferocious little saw. That thing really cuts. Very little vibration. It's nice to use. It's a little bit quieter. Well, quite a bit quieter, I think, than the gas version. But boy, it's legit, man. I mean, it really got after it. This is hard. This is not like ponderosa pine. This is lodgepole. It's pretty dense, and it's no joke to cut. But man, oh man, that thing just really tore. So let's fire up the Husky, and we'll see how it does. All right, now for the Husky Pro arborist saw here. Not sure the starting sequence. It's so little. All right, on your mark. 6 cuts. Get set and go. That's a pretty good little saw too. So I don't know which one was faster, but my gut instinct or my gut feeling is it seems that the Makita was maybe a little bit faster with that 36 volt. That's quite a bit of power. It'll be interesting to see. So let's we'll put the clip together side by side. We'll see together, but a very interesting comparison. Now, I've asked the folks at DeWalt, you know, you guys, I've done some stuff with them in the past, if they would send one of their chainsaws out, and they said that they would. So I haven't seen it yet, but I'm really curious. It's their biggest, baddest one, and we'll do a comparison and see how that thing cuts. I think it's quite a bit more powerful than the Makita, and it looks even bigger in size. So I'll be really curious to find out. But that's kind of a fun comparison, and the electric chainsaws, I mean, they're pretty legit now. A lot of professional people are using them. Most of the major manufacturers are building them. I see Husky's got them. I think Stihl's got them. Of course, Makita, DeWalt, you know, all the major players are building them. They just use traditional bars and oilers, and they're cool, man. I mean, you don't have all of the fuss and the muss, so I think it has a place. Is it ever going to replace a gas chainsaw? Probably not for a long time. And then you do have the problem of the battery storage. You know, perfect example, my buddy Jesse went in, he was clearing for some dirt bike stuff, and he bought a DeWalt and took it in there and borrowed some batteries from me. And carrying all those batteries was, you know, was problematic. I know that one of them got broken in the pack from all the jostling. So, you know, they're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And if I were to go into the backcountry with a saw, I think I would probably prefer gas, but I haven't used one out there yet, so we'll have to when we get that DeWalt, we'll have to find out. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the comparison, and we'll see you guys on the next video.